You are now tuned into the Wake the Flock Up Network.
But with us, we got Brother Wilson.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
I'm really good.
Yeah?
Really excited, actually.
Thank you.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm always good. Well, not always, but today I happen to be fairly good.
Good.
Fairly well. I'm all right. I've done better. I'm sad. No, I'm terrible. No, Brother Wilson's here, and I'm glad that we made it happen because I'm a fan.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've seen you perform on a couple of occasions, and it was really attention grabbing.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So,
I try to.
where do we know Brother Wilson from?
From most likely, or most of the time, Young Baka shows. But Young Baka actually found me at a bar in Silver Lake for a rap contest. Happened to lose. Came back the next week, won, and he just booked me for my first show. And from then on, I've been building a relationship with him as well, and just trying to get fans. Just trying to get people who actually listen or actually care about the art and the music. So that's probably where you know me from.
Yeah. Where is Brother Wilson from?
I was born in Lancaster, 661, but I was raised in the Valley. It was kind of a little bit more back and forth, probably like 5 years in the Valley, a couple of years in Lancaster, back and forth. But I would say for the most part, Valley,
Right.
Hollywood.
Okay. What nationality is Brother Wilson?
I am African American and white.
And
Or
white.
black and white.
What
Yeah.
kind of white? Russian, Italian,
Like
what kind of white?
Italian, Italian, German, and French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that side of?
I mean, not really.
No?
I'm pretty close to. I'm really close to both sides of my family, but it is more separated.
Yeah.
But no, I just usually say I'm black.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, people are just gonna view me as black.
Yeah.
That's
what you kind of affiliate with more.
Definitely.
Is your black side?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
I got the own to where I know where my history is from. So
Yeah, I like that.
Definitely.
Is that something that you kind of look into? Something that you know heavy of?
For a while, I was very ignorant to the subject. It took a matter of me wanting to learn about it, things that opened up my eyes, things I would play around with. That's why I go by Brother Wilson. I don't say the N-word at all. I used to a lot and took it out of my vocabulary only because I feel a sense of negativity coming from it, whether maybe you're using it that way or not. I just personally feel like you're my brother, you're my sister. At the end of the day, I may be black, but at the end of the day, I believe just we're all one, so I tend to not really care about race like that.
It's 2016, and it's still kind of like it's a very touchy subject to who can use it and when can you use it and what intent. And to me, it just seems like it's a negative word.
Definitely.
Regardless of who's using it or how they're using it, and it's obviously brought in from a. See, and if this word has a negative connotation to it, it's ignorance, right?
Yeah.
So it was obviously made popular by an ignorant group of individuals, and now picked up to be like a real or a thug or a thing of someone that's in the streets or whatever. Yeah. But at the end of the day, dude, it's an insult that you keep repeating to other people. And then in the hip hop community, it becomes a filler in your lyrics, which there, again, it's a crutch that you use. It's, to me, it never made sense. Like, I don't go around, hey, way back, what's up?
No, yeah.
Sounds weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, you want to.
I was actually on the bus one time.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the bus, and there was just this group of brothers in the back, just every, 3 words, N-word, N-word, N-word. And then I just felt like this vibe, and it felt weird, and people around were, looking back, making weird faces, and then I thought to myself, wow, did I used to give off that vibe? Because I was like that. I was ignorant. I seen different things, and I like to sag in the pants. I like to do different things and make people feel stupid and think that was cool. You know what I mean? And so I had to, open up my eyes and realize, those things are really not important. Those things are what am I doing? The same thing that Imagine said, growing up in middle school and stuff like that, I did used to get picked on. I didn't have the polo. I didn't have the fits or the swag, as they say it was. You know what I mean? I came from that struggle. So I had Payless shoes. I had clothes that I was wearing more than once a day. You know what I mean? So I tried to fit in certain ways. And throughout high school, I kind of was ignorant. Ignorantly ignorant, I shall say, because I didn't know. I
like that.
But once I went to college, it was more like I opened up my eyes and realized, like, whoa, this needs to stop.
Well, you know what happens is, like, you don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know that. You don't know the stuff you should know because you just don't have that awareness. But I think an intelligent person kind of knows that they don't know something. Like,
definitely.
They feel that whatever it is, this is wrong. It's not right. There's something wrong. And then those people that aren't as intelligent or aren't searching for that, because they don't realize that they need to be looking for themselves,
definitely.
right? So they'll pick up traits and accept things as a normal. So then they'll start repeating those actions, whether it be sagging your pants or using the N-word or cussing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
These are negative traits that you are now repeating so much that they become a norm.
Yeah.
And then there's thousands of people like you, so therefore, blah, 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 that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so dangerous to have individuals, right? When you go to college, you bumped into certain people because the people that are going to college are the people that are realizing that the next level of education is important. So it weeds out certain heads. So you meet weird people, you meet smart people, we're shy. It's a special kind of person, right?
Yeah, and it's definitely, like you said, like not knowing it all is a good thing. Like Erykah Badu said, the man who knows something knows nothing at all. If once a person thinks that they know everything and I got it, I don't need to learn anything, you're fucked. You lost it. Because to think that you know everything that you could know, you're not doing anything. You have to learn every day. In order to teach, you have to learn, and in order to learn, you have to teach. And it's an everyday process. And people become so disconnected that they forget they can still learn something. They're so focused on, I know everything, and they become somewhat of brainwashed, and they become a human being still.
I like the foreign religions, and what I mean foreign is anything outside of Christianity, right? Because I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, and I love the way that the religion, preaches the love and the truth. I'm with that.
Definitely.
But I also respect a lot these other religions. There's like more concentrated on knowledge of self, right? Like inner peace and knowledge of the universe. Because Christianity will really tells you very much is in the sound where it's really like don't fuck with anything else. Yeah. And the reason that they're saying that is because you're not ready. Like get a hold of the raping and the killing and the stealing first. Yeah. And then you can go on a spiritual knowledge of the universe type shit. But right now you need to concentrate on this, right? And I like that about Christianity. If you read the Bible, Christ was very I was telling Baca this the other day because I was reading the book of John, and Christ was savage, bro. He was like, "You're a liar. You're a hypocrite, and I'm here to tell you why." But he was like really in their face, but he was very, very straightforward about it. But I do enjoy these like the Buddhists and the spiritual side of things and the nature, without crossing too much into the hippie thing, because I think the hippie thing, it's a little soft. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, for a long time. You mean actually the reason that I dropped out of college was I actually had an acid trip. And actually, like, opened up my eyes to, like, a lot of things.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah. And it basically just made me realize, like, what am I going to school for? Am I going because my parents want me to go and because my family wants me to be proud because I was good in school? And then it was kind of like, you're just wasting time of your life because that's what really matters, So it actually was like, I don't want to go back. I'm going to write music. Regardless of the struggle, I want to write music. So for a long time, I used to say I was a hippie until I realized that like a lot of hippies really didn't do anything. They just like was in their world.
Again, it's what I say. Some of my good friends, they declare themselves hippies. Yeah, and I'm like, that's cool, but
you have to have a balance,
you got to wear shoes.
No, definitely. Right? My main thing is
I'm with the hemp thing, but like not everything has to be hemp.
No, definitely.
You don't have to smoke weed all the time. I get it, bro.
I think the main thing is that like when people become to like so anti-society, they forget that you have to survive. And at the end of the day, what that means is if I could just write music and live and be happy, I'd do it. But at the same time, I got to pay my rent. I got to pay my bills. Yeah. So I'm going to keep one foot in society. I'm going to work this job that I have. Yeah. And I'm going to make this money. Yeah. And I have to survive. Right. But then what's going to keep my heart alive? I tell people, so what do you do for a living? Like, oh, I'm a waiter or I'm a host. And I'm like, no, not what you do for money. What do you do to survive? what do you do for a living? Like, what keeps your heart pumping? You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's so real because it's like a lot of people, they don't do anything for a living. Like, I just work, I go home, watch Netflix, kick back, and now you're literally, you know, as I say in the Matrix, you're asleep. Wake the flock up, like real shit. You know, you're literally falling into this social media. Like my generation, I'm only 21, born in '94. Yeah. You know, and a lot of my generation, I don't kick it with nobody who's 21. Right. They're fucked in the head. Yeah. I don't kick it with people who are in my generation because they don't do that. They just go to school. Not that school's a bad thing. If that's your dream, do it. I'm not knocking it, you know? But if you're going to school because your parents want you to go, or you're just working to make money and you're working just to be in debt, to just work some more, to be in more debt and pay more money, to just have a piece of paper on your wall, just my opinion, you know? I just feel like I'd rather be doing something that makes me happy. You know what I mean?
But if, again, school makes you happy,
definitely,
then do that.
Do it, yeah.
If working, dude, people find a lot of comfort in work. Like, I like to work. I like to physically go to work. Like, there was a time where I quit work to concentrate on the show and the podcast, and it went good. But I found myself missing the times where I needed to not be thinking about it. Yeah. You know, and then work was a good distraction because it had nothing to do with it. So my brain would free up, you know? So then, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get a part-time, and that's what I'm doing. I got a part-time, and in the part-time, I get the best ideas because I'm not thinking about it all the time. I'm not at home what am I gonna do? Who am I gonna call? Why is this email being returned? Like, now, before I know it, I spent a whole day at work. I made a little money, which is helpful, and I can go back fresh-minded and attack my problems that way. Yeah, of course. I think that's important to talk about. Yeah. So one thing that you mentioned was the Matrix thing. This is what I tell people. Like, there's the movie The Matrix. That's true, bro. Yeah. But for your soul and your mind, like what they were doing, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's all metaphors. It's subliminal.
The entire movie is a great metaphor for your spirituality and your mentality. Right?
Quick little fact on that. Did you know the Matrix was actually a book originally written by a sister, I forgot her name, but it's called The Third Eye. And basically with like copyright and stuff, basically all you have to do is change like the last 10 pages or something and you can make it yours. So what they did is they stole the idea from her, changed the last 10 pages, and they basically took the idea.
There's a great follow-up movie to The Matrix called The Animatrix.
Oh, it's anime, right?
I love The Animatrix because it gives you different stories besides Neo's. Like, they talk about them and they do this, but they show you other people that freed themselves from the Matrix, right? And there's this one great video where this guy's a runner. He's a sprinter. Yeah. And he said, you know, this reporter asked him, like, you know, how you got the world record and you're amazing. No one can beat you. How are you doing it? And he goes, when I'm running, there's nothing else. There's no time. There's no air. There's no existence. Yeah. It's just me. And I can feel my soul levitate, right? And they show him in this race, and he's running, and they do what his mind is going through. Yeah. And he's like breaking numbers and time is disappearing. And then he wakes up in the Matrix, like the machines that they got him hooked up to. Yeah. And he wakes up in that, and he gets out of the bubble, and he's ripping the tubes off, but he's still running in his body, you know? Yeah. And it frees him up and all this stuff. And I thought that's a beautiful metaphor for when you find your art form that lets you do that spiritually, right? Yeah. What lets you fuck everything else, the world, reality, like, this is the only thing that matters. I'm in the zone. This is where I'm at, right? Yeah.
In high school, I actually read this story. I can't remember who it was by, but it was called The Allegory of the Cave. It's about these prisoners who are in this cave, and you have the people walking around, the people of the society, and there's these prisoners who are in chains on the wall, and they were born into this life, okay? Now, one man gets out of the chains, gets out, and he sees civilization, and he sees people living. He runs back and tells the people in chains, like, dude, this isn't life. Like, you could be free. And the people in the chains are like, shut up. Like, what are you talking about? We're like, nah, man, we're born into this because they're taught to believe that, you know? And a lot of people, I feel like in the youth today, they don't even know it, but they're in that. You know what I mean? You can't tell them something because they're so caught on their ways, and they're so caught on what society thinks and what legal is and what illegal is. Remember, slavery was legal at one point in time. So legal really doesn't define anything to be as freedom. You know what I mean? If you have to tell somebody that they're free, they're really not free.
It's a beautiful way to look at things, because like all horrible disasters and things that happen in modern times. And I'll give you an example, like the Nazis, right? Like, dude, that happened. There was cars, there was TVs, there was radio, there was plays, that was modern society for all that they knew. It's exactly what we have now. What we have is just more upgraded. But they had everything, and there was also millions of people that were killed and like that was reality, dude. Like that's true, and it happened in modern times. So for it to happen, it's not an impossibility for it to happen now. People don't think that way. People don't think that evil is looming and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, it's important to realize your worth and how much society really works. Because, dude, society works really hard to stop you from reaching your potential.
Definitely.
And you got to think, why do they work so hard? Why do they have to fuck with your food, to your medicine, to your spirituality, to your education, just to keep you down?
And it's all the poverty. It's everyone in the middle. You know, you get these outer layers like Burbank, where smoking is a law, where you can't smoke out there. And you go in more sort of Santa Clarita, you go around, and there's Northridge. You get around, it's Beverly Hills. You get to around all these places. It's all nice out there. You can't smoke cigarettes and all that stuff. You get towards the middle of the valley, you got North Hollywood, you know, you have Sylmar, you have Sun Valley, you have all these places where they really don't care about the communities, you know, they really don't care about the homeless or the people who are addicts, or, you know, they don't care. And out there, it's the struggle, you know? When
you say the word conspiracy, right, it's attached to the belief that it's somehow outrageous, or it's can't possibly be true, or it's a crazy person's mentality, right? But in reality, a conspiracy, it's just an idea, a hidden idea or agenda that a group of people have, right?
Yeah.
So if you break it down, the conspiracy of like, you know why? You know it's illegal for you to collect rainwater.
Oh, I do know that.
Yeah, you cannot do that. Yeah. Why? Why would they fucking care?
It's natural.
Because you're not drinking from the tap now. Because you don't have to buy a soda now. Because you don't
natural.
Have to. But why would they care? Why would it be a thing why would someone go out of their way to write a law that says people cannot collect rainwater?
The dude on the news the other day got arrested because he grew a garden of vegetables in his front yard.
Right. Because now you're not shopping. Now you're not spending money. Now you're not feeding.
You're not taking their poison.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So why is it mandatory for your kids to get vaccinations now before they go to class? Why isn't that my option whether my kid gets vaccinated?
Because you have no freedom.
Because if that were the case, then no one would have to get. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is all because they want to maintain society at a certain level.
And a lot of people don't notice that.
Buying and spending, right? So imagine everyone said, "Fuck it, I'm going to go live at the hills." Society would crumble.
Yeah.
No, they need you to keep buying stuff and going to work and work to work and live to work. That's it, right? It's the artists that kind of free themselves from certain chains to liberate themselves, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You think you're doing a portion of that?
I think so. I try to.
What would you say? Do you have a moment when you realized you were doing that, like something you can think about that you said, "Oh, this is it. This is
like a good enlightening moment."
Yeah, like an epiphany.
So I actually went to the fair. I went to the fair with my queen, and I met up with my sister and her boyfriend, right? And she happened to be there with her friend, and they were on a double date with like her friend and another dude, right? And shout out to ASP, by the way, young brother. But anyways, they happened to come over the house. I didn't know the brother, but I happened to like be on my SoundCloud, and I usually show my sister and her my brother-in-law, and I was playing some music on SoundCloud, and the dude was like, "Oh, can I see your SoundCloud?" I was like, "Yeah, he's all peeping my SoundCloud." He was like, "Oh, where do you record?" And I'm like, "Oh, in my closet." So I take him to the closet, not like that, but I take him to the closet. He's all checking it out, and he's like, "Dope, man, this is dope." And he's like, "Yeah, man, what inspires you?" And like just me personally, I'm a big Chance the Rapper fan, so I have like a big Chance poster, in my hallway. So I show him, right? Yeah. And I'm just like, "Yeah, man, I hope to like inspire people too. I just want to get to his level of success one day." And then like we happen to walk to the side, and he's like, and I just happen to think of it. I'm like, you could only be so interested in one reason. Like, are you an artist? And he's like, yeah, I am. And he's like, and I tell him, the whole time I was showing him something, telling him a little bit about my story. And he was like, yeah, man, it's just so crazy that I met you because I just recently dropped out of school. I was going to go back, but I've been writing music. I didn't know if I should do it. I told him the story, how I didn't have a mic and I worked up to it. And he's like, yeah, I don't have a mic, but, just the story that you tell me of you working up to it, because a lot of times I get caught up and I look to see how far I have to go as opposed to like looking back to see how far I've come. So I was just sitting there like, yeah, man, but I was just at my friend's house and he's got these $400 speakers. He's got all this hardware equipment. And he's like, well, hey, man, I just know that you got more than me. and you can record anytime you want. And I was like, oh shit, I never thought about it like that. I told him, hit me up whenever you want to make a track. Sent him 2 beats. He came back, 2 beats finished.
Yeah.
Recorded it for him. Dropped finally a song on SoundCloud. And it makes me feel like, wow, you know, that's just a trip to actually me writing music and you coming over tonight made you, not in a bad way, but made you not want to go back to school to write music, and you actually are pushing your music on SoundCloud. You know, that personally is just like, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't know I had that kind of impact.
It is impactful to see someone doing what you want to be doing, because it lets you know that it can be done.
Sometimes I give the great advice. I do. I can tell all my artist friends or everyone I meet who's artists, like, believe in yourself. Don't give up. Push it. You want it. You attract what you are. Positivity. Manifest it. Do it. Go into it. You know, don't let the ego beat you. You know, defeat it. Conquer it. But for the longest time, I couldn't do it for myself. I'm kicking back seeing dudes growing and their growth is getting better. And I'm like, what the hell? You know, and it's a lot of things that I said, and it's a lot of things that I suggested, or what was in my opinion, or things that I think of to do. But a lot of times my ego got in the way, and I was very like, oh, yeah, and I didn't do it.
Yeah. And it's important to fight through it. Right?
Oh, definitely. I would say that's the best feeling in the world. And it's probably one of the hardest feelings, because, you know, half of your life growing up, you're building that ego and you're creating that ego. And then now the second half of your life.
But you need that ego.
Exactly. And that's why I say conquer it.
Right.
You know, it's the art of war.
You need the ego to be an MC.
Definitely. It's the art of war.
Exactly.
You grab that mic, you rip it, you be number one. When you step off, be humble. You're equal. You know
one way or the other, it's too much or too less or too little. You're not going to succeed in life, right? And sometimes you need it to be boosted up, and sometimes you need it to be checked. Yeah. But as long as you keep aware of that, and you don't go all Kanye on everyone, right? Yeah. You kind of realize.
Or then go all depressed, you know.
Either way, or go most deaf, I think, who just fucking lost his mind. Like you gotta find that balance in between of like, because if you listen to like a Mos Def interview, he hates the world because he doesn't feel he gets the credit that he deserves. I don't know if that's him being super high or super low. Yeah. Right. But he doesn't. So he's like, I quit rapping. I'm moving and I'm out of here. It's like, chill out, bro. Just, you know, relax. You know, or you got to keep them. You got to keep yourself in check. Keep yourself in balance. Right. Yeah. You know? No, it's a beautiful thing. So, what are we doing anything like physically? Also, like, are you like a vegetarian or anything like that?
I do believe in moderation. You know, so I can't go like full vegan. I just think like, I just can't do it. I keep a balance, but I can say I don't use any chemicals on my my hair, my shampoo, my body wash, my toothpaste, chemical free. You know, even my underarm deodorant. I don't eat junk food. No McDonald's, no fast food.
I like that.
Nothing like that. Yeah. Granted, sometimes I do just need to go out and have a good steak. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know. But at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac.
Do we drink?
On special occasions, I smoke. Smoke weed, and my cigarettes bad. That's I will say my cigarettes are probably one of the. I wish I never picked them up. And to whoever's listening, don't ever pick up a cigarette. I'm telling you, it'll fuck your whole life up. I'm telling you. And
I've tried them, and I just didn't get it. I just didn't understand it. Like I woke up the next day, my mouth all grows, and it's $5. Like, I'm like, fuck that.
To be honest, you know? I did it for like a cool type of thing, and then by the time I realized it wasn't cool, I was hooked.
But again, I think in moderation, you should be okay. But I'm with the like the drink stuff. Like I try not to drink. Like people see me drinking. Because they see me every week, so they think I drink. I have like one beer.
I don't even. All I drink, if I do drink, I drink. If I ever kick back and have a beer, I have only IPA, a Stone IPA. I'm sorry, I can't drink draft beer. And maybe a Corona once in a while. Okay, but I can't drink draft beer.
What about like liquor? You don't like?
I like liquor, but that's what I like. Hennessy. I like a little bit of. Mainly Hennessy. Jameson sometimes.
Jameson's good.
And whiskey sour.
You gotta try. You gotta do a Maker's Mark on the rocks. Oh, it's that label that has the wax dripping on it. Dude, it's amazing.
To be honest, it's amazing. I obviously I drink like at home and stuff, or like out when I was younger and stuff. But I just recently turned 21 last year. So I just recently got into like going to 21 and up. I couldn't even do Young Baka shows for a while because I wasn't 21 yet. I mean, I could do the We the West, but for a while I couldn't do other ones. But when I did turn 21, I was still kind of like I don't want to be around ignorance. So I was okay. I started going to, shows and stuff. I was like, oh, it's cool once in a while.
Yeah.
And then for the most part, I don't even like to get slumped or anything. I usually just like have one drink or two.
So are we smoking weed? Are we eating it? Are we?
I usually smoke it.
You smoke it?
I smoke it.
Yeah.
I smoke it. I smoke it.
Yeah.
I smoke it a lot, but not before I go to work. Never before I go to work.
Okay.
I'm the type to do what I got to do first. Smoke. I usually smoke at night on my days off.
As you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how people can be like, I'm high 24/7 and they can work on that.
Yeah.
Like how you, and imagine we're saying it's just a professional. I
Yeah.
personally feel like,
Yeah.
I just personally feel like smoking on I don't know.
It's all within moderation and stuff. When anything becomes, you gotta be careful because your actions will become who you are.
Definitely.
Repeatedly, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to be a stoner, bro. Being a stoner. I mean, being an alcoholic first seems exhausting to me.
Yeah.
I've been hungover, dude, and I'll be hungover for 2 days, 3 days, and I'm thinking how do people get drunk every day? That's insane to me, right? I feel the same way about weed. Bro, how are you high all the time? Don't you want to not be high for
I have a couple friends who actually who smoked a lot, and I have a couple friends who are like, all right, I stopped for a couple of days, and yeah, dude, I feel all good seeing the day sober, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah,
and it's dude, a trip just to realize I never thought
the
of
wax thing is amazing, incredible to me. I'm not that I do it, but I see people full entire apparatuses of just and then it's a torch involved.
Yeah.
And, dude, what are you doing?
I do that once in a while, and when I do, I'm coughing for 20 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And I'm gone.
I think that's where your headache comes from. It's just
yeah. Wow. I don't like
mushrooms.
I usually don't like.
I like mushrooms.
I do like shrooms as well.
I like shrooms are fun. I've never had anything like acid or LSD or anything like that. I've never fucked it. I was always been too scared.
No, definitely.
Because I feel I'm going to be that one kid that ends up retarded. You hear those terrible stories he only tried acid once and now he's just like a vegetable.
To be honest,
I'm gonna be that
I can honestly say for a long time, I was taking it. And
acid?
And, I had a lot of realizations. And for a long time, I didn't think it was a phase. I was like, shit, I want to be a hippie, just crazy nonsense, too much. And then now at the stage that I'm in now, even if I think about it, I'll be like, ugh, I don't want that because it's I got what I needed.
Yeah.
So it's but once in a while, probably once or twice a year or something, I'll have an enlightenment trip. Yeah. But for the most part, I don't overdo it.
I've heard some fascinating thing. He took this much hallucinogen or whatever, and he solved mathematical equations. And there's a scientist who I don't want to say which. I think it might have been LSD who went to the jungle and he came back and he solved a mathematical equation that had never been solved, or he might have even created it, a type of math.
Well, what happens is
that he went out there and he claimed that he was able to time travel because he figured out how to get his mind out of the physical into the this whole realm. And I'm like, oh, that's I know that's not gonna be me. I'm gonna be shitting my pants in my room.
I just feel a lot of people, when they take that, they open up their third eye. And I personally do believe we're all souls and spirits at the end of the day. And, a lot of people think I sound crazy, but at night, there's been times I've astral projected. I meditate, so I go into another world where I don't even need acid or weed to get me to my state of numbness or my state of happiness, just perfect nirvana. It's crazy, it's
a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and it's your body is no longer there.
Because if you think about it, I mean, that's all we really chase our entire life is for the feeling of okayness, of something more than
physical
what we're
happiness,
living, right?
Yeah.
That's all everything's really just based off of that, from sex to money to work.
Definitely.
You just want to feel something else than just reality, right?
Yeah.
We go our whole life chasing it. So why wouldn't, if it's easy enough, to whatever, but at a point of abuse, it becomes a negative.
Definitely.
Right?
Moderation.
It's
definitely.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So tell me about your musical influences. I want to know a little bit more. Give me your top 5.
Oh man, okay. I don't think a lot of people will agree with this. Only because I'm very. I did listen to a lot of old school hip hop, but only when I gained the knowledge to understand it. So a lot of things that led me to like real 90s, 80s hip hop was a lot of my generation and cats now. So like definitely, I'm not going to say any order, but I would say definitely Chance the Rapper, Absol, J. Cole. I really like J. Cole right now. He like helped me through a lot of shit. I definitely kind of a hard decision to put him.
Two more.
In there. Two more. Let me see.
Do you like Joey Badass?
I do. I really do. I do. Yeah, actually, yeah, I could throw him in there. I do like him
I've
for a
become
while.
a legitimate fan of
he
Joey
was
Badass.
definitely one of my favorites for a while.
Like Childish Gambino?
I like him, but
I like
not my
him
top five.
No?
Not my top five.
A$AP Rock?
Oh.
I feel you would be a huge A$AP Rock fan.
I am.
Are you familiar with his work, with like his older stuff? Because, dude, that's the way to go.
I kind of, I don't know. My family wasn't really big on hip hop, so I learned that like.
Well, it doesn't have to be hip hop. Your musical influences.
Oh, influence, and then one
doesn't have to be hip hop.
Have to be. Dang. I don't know. I couldn't give you number five.
Okay. All right. Think about that. Marinate on it.
I will. I will.
Give me your bottom five.
Rich Homie Quan, Young Thug.
Yeah.
I don't.
How dare you? I'm a huge Rich Homie Quan fan. All right. No, that just felt weird even saying it.
Yeah. I don't know.
No one's ever said that. You know that, right? No one's saying, "Hey, I'm a huge Rich Homie Quan fan." All right. No one's ever done that. I'm the first person in history to ever do that. There you go.
Birdman is horrible. I can't
put some respect. Hey, you better put some respect on his name when he comes around here. Hey, Birdman's walking into that door right now. Brother Wilson.
Fetty Wap. I can't. I don't like him.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't like, not as a person, but his music. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something I don't.
You
like.
shouldn't. You shouldn't like any of it.
Something I don't.
Because you're intelligent. That's why you don't like it. Yeah.
And I'm so sorry.
One more.
Riff Raff.
Yeah.
I like he's trying to be himself, but it pisses me off.
I feel like Riff Raff goes home and takes his shoes off and he goes like, yeah, tricked him again. Like, I got him. Yeah. But people tell me like, dude, that's really him. I'm like, nah.
And that's the crazy thing.
When he's driving in his car from the show, he's just laughing maniacally because he just tricked everyone into believing.
I just really think he probably does talk to his like family like that. Like that's just crazy. Like people don't think about it, but like he really thinks. Like and the main thing I love to think is when you meet somebody, the best way to look past ignorance is to not blame them, to blame the way that they were raised or the way that made them think that, because it's really not their fault. A lot, people are put in situations,
not their fault,
but if you can look past that ignorance and be like, it's not your fault. Like that's the best part. So
I'm with that to an extent, because I don't like the victim mentality. Definitely. And I feel that a lot of victims put blame everywhere else but within themselves. But there are true victims. I understand that and I get it. And then you should have sympathy and empathy for them. I get that. But there's also a point in your life where you have to take responsibility for your actions.
Of course.
I'm real strong believing on that. I think Riff Raff is old enough to realize like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be dancing. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel we should point a lot more fingers than we're trained not to do. I like that. I like your bottom five. That was good.
But I don't know. Those are the ones like, I don't know. I can't listen to the radio.
Right.
I can't. Sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes.
I like K-Day. K-Day, because it plays a lot of old school hip hop and stuff like that. But now, they're starting to mix in a lot more shit.
Usually, like, if I go out, like, once in a while, like, and I get, like, a little turn or something, like, I'll listen to some bullshit.
Do you have a guilty pleasure? Give me a guilty pleasure, Brother Wilson. Like a song you have on your phone that like you don't really want anyone to know you have it, but when it comes on, you're just like, she already knows which one it is.
I don't even know.
She like, you know.
I don't know.
Like when you're in your car, you're like, yes.
So it's like, so this is a song called Overload. It's by Life of Dylan.
Life of Dylan.
Yeah, it's this band, it's these cats. I think they're from Australia, but they're super good. And I heard it one time at my job, Games and Thrones. Shout out Games and Thrones. It's in Burbank, California. Check it out. But they have like a variety of playlists. It's kind of like a restaurant / arcade. So they got like Disney songs and like, like Glee songs and covers and stuff like that. Just like pop songs, And a song came on and I was like, what the hell is this? It's fucking amazing. Yeah, and then I happened to go home, and I think what really like made it stick in there was I happened to be on ecstasy. And I was like, hey, and I was like, check out this song.
I like how you happen to be on ecstasy.
And I was like, oh, I gotta show you this song, because she's like, put on music. I'm like, I gotta show you.
Yeah.
So I put on the song. She's like, what the fuck is that? And it was just like I played it like 3 times in a row, and I think from then, every time I hear the song, like complete Nirvana, just no matter what I'm feeling.
You know, mine is Young Jocks in the Club.
Oh, really?
You know what song I'm talking about? The Young Jock in the Club. Dude, I don't know what it is. Like, I hear that song and I'm just like, oh, it's my shit. It's going down. Maybe I don't know. It's the weirdest fucking thing, but that's my guilty pleasure right there. But I'm rarely on ecstasy. Like, rarely on ecstasy.
I would say another guilty pleasure too. I would say when I'm turned, I hate it, but I like it. I don't like to listen to Drake when I'm sober. But like if I'm like not like that, like I'm just gonna cry. But like if I'm turning up, I'll listen to like some of that stuff, you know.
To Drake.
Yeah, I think it's more of the beat selection.
How is Drake your turn up music, bro? Like
no, not like just. I think the stuff he did with Future, or like Energy and Back to Back, just those 3. I would say
it's popular to make fun of Drake, but he has bars. He delivers
somewhat,
in his way.
Definitely,
I think he's the best Drake that there is.
Definitely.
He's not pretending to be Drake. I feel he's very genuine with his Drakeness. Yeah, his level of Drakeness. I'm with it. You know,
I think the beat selection I do love. I can't 40. Oh, I think that's his name. His producer. I think he's really good. I like him. He's really good.
Well, I mean, I think Drake understands this generation of music.
Of course.
So he'll make, because I'll sit back and I'll listen to a Drake song and like I would have never thought of that. Like, I don't know how he could think of adding this here and adding this there and then
to where a 16-year-old could be like, I get that.
Yeah.
And then the older generation is like, the fuck?
But I think Drake's very honest with himself, so I'm kind of with that on it. But I'm not. I don't own any Drake songs or Drake album. I can't say.
No, me neither.
You know.
No.
Okay. You do. You own some Drake. You like Drake. There you go. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just mental note. Yeah. That's all it is. It's just a mental note up here. What does Mom say about you being Brother Wilson?
Oh, that's interesting. You know, I hate to put it on spot for a long time. My parents were the main reason I went to school. They kind of weren't even cool with the idea that I dropped out after 1 year. But I kind of was just like, I'm just going to do me. But for a while, she'd be like, I don't listen to your music. Like, I put out a joint mixtape with Bel Air. Shout out Urban Race, Opto. But I put out a mixtape, and I happened to go visit her. She lives in Lancaster. Like, oh, you listen to my music? She was like, nah. I was like, oh, I didn't expect that. You know?
It was her saying, I'm not supporting what you're doing.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, it kind of was like a weird feeling, but then it was like, I just thought about it.
She could have lied.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
See what I'm saying? I feel it was her way of saying, I still don't approve of what you're doing.
Maybe.
Right?
And then,
as a mom?
Yeah.
And that mess with you?
Yeah, a little bit. I had happened to put it in like a couple of my songs. Yeah. You know, not in bad ways, but just like, if only you could, you know, things like that. Mm-hmm. But and then like I think a couple months passed. I talked to her on the phone. I was like, so why don't you listen to me? She was like, I don't want to hear you saying all these cuss words and the N word. And I'm like, dude, if you know me, I don't even say that. You know what I mean? And it was just a trip. But within the past 2 months, I've had like different shows and I had different events and I've live streamed it. Yeah. And she's happened to like comment on it or like to like it. So it's more of like
I think she now realizes that it's not a phase.
Yo, yeah. For a long time, I didn't have a mic. Yeah. I was saying I was doing music and I was working. Yeah. I really wasn't doing shit. No one heard shit from me. Yeah. That just word of mouth. Yeah. I had people tell me, just like you said, my professionalism. It wasn't that. It was just I was very amateur. Right. I just started. Yeah. People were like, oh, can I check out your music? You got a SoundCloud? Yeah, I got a SoundCloud, but I ain't got anything recorded because I don't have a mic. Yeah. If it is recorded, it's from my laptop and the quality is fucked. Yeah. You know, so for a long time, I wasn't doing shows. I didn't have anything going for me. Yeah. So for someone to sit back and be like, oh, you're going to do music? I don't see shit doing anything. You need to get your ass.
So you yourself... You understood you were just not at a level.
Oh yeah, it was fucked up. Yeah, because I've always, just like you guys, I've always written poetry. I've got made fun of for it. You know, I was suicidal. I've been through things, and I talked about my feeling. I didn't give a fuck. You know, people were like, you're a bitch, Mark. What the fuck? Why? I'd walk away all upset, but I'd write about it. I talk about anything. If it hurt my feelings, I'm gonna fucking let you know you hurt my feelings, man. You know, like real shit.
I think it's something that's so overlooked and underappreciated. Someone that can actually tell you, I love you.
What?
Or you're pissing me off right now.
Yeah.
Instead of just walking away and holding it within themselves and all that stuff. You know, a person that could tell you that they love you or that they hate you, listen to that person because they're being real with you at the time, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's overlooked in this generation. Dude, hip hop revolves around the whole, you got to be real. You got to be true. You got to be real. But you got a ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not, you have this character. For a
get you so far.
For a culture that claims to be real, they have a lot of fake shit involved in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like your stage show, though. I got to say.
What?
Your stage show.
My stage show?
Mm-hmm. Your performance.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I dig it. It was what attracted me to keep paying more attention to you.
Oh, really?
Is that a thing that you do consciously, or is it like just the way you...
I don't, to be honest, I get really nervous before I get on stage. Like, I freak out. Like, I start stretching, and I, stretch. I'll go to the bathroom, like, 10 times. Like, I'll take a piss. Like, I get so nervous, man. I'm not even playing. I'll get up there, microphone be steady. I can't do that. Hi, guys. My name is Brutha Wilson. Like, I get steady, and then, like, once the beat drops, I try to just go and I just zone out.
Yeah.
And basically go into, like, I'm delivering my music. This is Brutha Wilson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when that happens, I normally just... When I spit it, you know, I write it, I spit it to her, I spit it to myself, I spit it in the mirror, I spit it when I'm walking in the shower. However I'm spitting it like that, I'm spitting it on stage.
Yeah.
And if I fuck with that and I know I'm feeling it, someone's out there's got to be feeling it. You know what I mean?
Right. I think that's going to come with experience. And I'm the same way. Like, before I go on stage to do anything, I'm really nervous, super nervous. But the minute I grab the mic and I step foot on the stage, I forget about everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Now it's just this whole having fun. Even when I'm hosting, like before I'm gonna go up, I'm like, oh man, like, dude, I hosted a show at the House of Blues.
Okay.
Completely packed, bro. It was probably the biggest show I've ever hosted, right? Shout out DJ Zoe who hooked me up with that. And I went there and house was packed. And I'm super nervous and I'm like, oh man, I gotta, you know, but at the minute I grabbed the mic and I went up there and did I forgot about it and I started having fun, right? And I think for you it's gonna be the same thing eventually because I bet you're not as nervous as the first time you did it.
Dude, before I had the mic, I just had songs I memorized, you know. So I just started doing open mics. I went to this one open mic, Cleo King. Shout out Cleo King. I went there. First time I did it, I get the mic. I'm legit standing there spitting a hip hop song, like just standing there, just like this.
Yeah.
Like flowing, and I'm nervous. My voice is shaking. I'm talking like this, and then I happen to do the rap contest, and that's where I met Young Baka and DJ Monsky. Shout out Not Your Average Radio. And Kid Passion. They were the judges, and the first time I did my show, I lost the first round, and they did a raffle, brought me back into the second round. I lost. So I was like, I'm going to stay. And, you know, everyone who lost left. I stayed chilling. I ended up asking judges, like, you know, what should I fix? Like, your stage presence. Fix it. You know, like, not in a bad way, but hold the mic up to your mouth. Spit your music. You know, don't be so shy. Spit. Came back and I took all that into mine, you know, and I won. And I know it's an old story. It's like 2 years old. But, like, for me personally, like, that was the difference maker. Like, I felt like after that first show, I was like, fuck, I suck, all this stuff, because I thought I did a good job. But I watched the video, and I'm like, what the fuck? This shit sucked. I just fixed it. I just seen
you got to watch the game film of yourself, people. I'm telling you, have a homie hold a phone up and watch your performance, because you realize how dumb you look, and then you can adjust to that. You may figure, and this is all stuff that you should do if you're going to take yourself seriously as an artist.
You just have to have fun, to be honest.
And if it's not fun, and if it's something that's killing you, don't do it. You just were not meant to do it. You know, it just didn't happen. But I want to get into the 12 rounds because I think your 12 rounds would be super interesting. So,
Not Your Average Radio. It's your boy Monsky, mixbosses.com. I got a special guest tonight, man. Shout out to the homie, Brutha Wilson. How you doing, brother?
She's contagious. Yeah, we just added to this, Damn, that motherfucker's sick with the motherfucking rhyme. Fuck you coughing for?
I keep it short, raw and easy. These cowards are all beneath me. They cannot defeat me. I'm getting bored like the Ouija. Got blunt, got weed, got flow, got beats. How high do you have to be to reach me? Clouds covered in cigarette smoke, got an illiterate choke when my senses are broke, but don't regret that I spoke. These motherfuckers acting like talking is real. Have the blunt, put them to death, show them that coughing is real. I'm too ill, like popping some pills. Here's a refill to refill just how we feel, and we feel that you don't deserve the deal. You ain't winning this urban race, that's real for real. Better eat your oatmeal, cause we break fast, not broke, but we breaking away. And not like the opposite of driving away. You hit the dab in the club, I hit the dab with a fist pump. You been jumps, you only hump and fuck on cheap cunts. The dumb fuck generation has begun, so bring back the reruns, I need to see some. Cause I ain't hearing nothing, plus these cats are always bluffing when they say that they be stunting. Definition of frontin'. Call me brother when I step into the zone. This some flow to go, doggy bag, don't forget the bone. Plus I make the beat moan, get it pregnant, now I got it trapped like Home Alone. Get this cheese provolone, smoking on the fag and I ain't never been a homophobe. Get it off my chest, that's a metaphor for motorboat. Word to life of dealing, cause I feel the need to overload. Yeah, I'm underground, but I'm spitting over roads. There's no such thing as overgrow, I overflow like the water in a bathtub. Got the game on my shoulders, guess it's time for a back rub. I guess it's time for a back rub. I wouldn't leave hip-hop, plus I'm sure they need me like I said in the first place. Keep it short, rolling easy. I keep it short, rolling easy. I keep it short, rolling easy. Short, rolling easy.
As Mellow Max passes the blunt to Scully. Come get Nettie up in here.
Dog, son. We all going urban race. Yeah. Said. Being mad arse into you from the womb. Growing up and barely groomed. Philadelphia fro boy. From the streets where the G stash the box containing herbal leaves in the bushes toward the backyard. Don't snitch or get your face some quick. Purple like a haze backsplash showing Cameron. Turn to a fish in your neck blade. Separate your skin causing slits. Looks like a vent. Reminiscing on past 5-0. Get no intel from that. So kick back, relax. I'm taking rips so fat that'll make your lungs give out while you cough and take a swig of this 40-ounce legs giving out like I'm in the water bobbing. Getting loose in the madhouse. Civilians whipping mask out. Donald Trump for mask out. I wrote to hands out and heads down. Before I blow my crown, I won't go off. I'll kick back like a pistol. Just seeing the smoke will lift you. And let the race reinvent you. Got events to attend to, heads right. But to get to this place of light, there's a few things we've all been there and been through. X the box and get your gears prepped for war.
Yeah, hey, one time for your mind, yeah. Make way for the new age, we ain't come to play. Gritty West up on the track, so let me flip the knowledge this way. Approximately on this day, some of these rappers will be outraged, but now they're tame. Now pity the fool who thinks they snake the game. They stuck, it's the same shit, but a different day. Come on and holler at a brother if you think you can hang so far-fetched. And you didn't let the dogs out, these bitches talking shit. I put my dick up in this dog's mouth. Excuse my French, pardon my ego. He just likes an easy shot, so foul like a free throw. I been had delivery since the delivery of me. You never stand out, and I'm the giver of seats. You prospect to an elite, Krillin and DBZ, Stacey Dash on BET. Boy, are you kidding me? I hit a Bella and he told me, brother, talk that shit. Even if the path gets hard, you better walk that shit. Lean away from negatives and focus on the positives. To be honest, your conscience makes some toxic shit. You fucking up the vibe for me to get high. These do or die homicide, and who am I to decide? When I bless the mic,
yeah.
When I bless
I got
the
a story
mic.
from the land where in the streets meet out here, adjacent corners off of the block near the stop sign, breaking out in fist fights, settle scores, beast and dog mentality. I'm proud to be from memories that can never blow over like tumbleweed. Mi familia, translation for the ignorance. Every race is my family. We all getting some. Y'all getting some.
I can bless the mic, kill it twice, 7 to that 9 lives, but my microphone lasts me a lifetime. None of these rappers wanna talk that real shit. They switch up real quick for that deal shit, real shit.
Good point, brother. Hey, Pop, talk to him.
What I want people to know is that don't support the phonies. Support the real. You know what I mean? How can these people be talking about how they so real and they don't care about our communities? How can they be talking about what they, all this, the hood, blah, 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 blah. They don't care about our communities. You know what I mean? Listen to the words that people say in their lyrics and tell me if that's some real shit. if that's real to you. You know what I mean? Listen to what they saying. Don't just bob your head to the beat. Peep the game. And listen to what I'm saying and hold us accountable for it.
The way it works is I'm going to ask you 12 questions.
Okay.
Each more difficult than the last.
Okay.
If you answer all 12 questions honestly, you're the champion and you walk away with the belt. I got to get a real belt. I keep saying belt and I keep doing the discount double check, but there's no belt. We had chains. We had medallions. Shout out to Mace Mixtapes who gave us medallions, and we got to bring that back, man. You answer the question. If you cannot answer the question, or you will not answer the question, you will be knocked out.
All right.
I'm the champion, and I get that chain.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah?
My amethyst or my onk?
Pick one.
The amethyst.
All right.
Yeah.
You're already approaching it like you're going to lose, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
Well, there you go. Okay.
No, never.
Right. Are you willing to play 12 rounds?
Yes.
Okay. Round number 1. What is your favorite part about your craft?
Oh, wow. I think positivity. I think at the end of the day, I could get a little gritty on some tracks, of course, to capture a lot of people who like that type of music. But at the end of the day, I'm all about love. Like, at the end of the day, my music is to spread positivity, peace, love, and knowledge. Simple.
But you have a little grittiness in you.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to display also.
And I'm learning to bring that more out of me, like a lot of my past.
Yeah.
Not in a way of bringing it out, but like talk about it more.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Round number 2, what is your least favorite part about your craft?
I'd say my confidence. You know, I literally, like, no lie, like on the way over here, I was telling her, like, I was tripping out, like, damn, what if, like, he expects me to have, like, all this fan base that's going to, like, peep the show and, like, all this stuff, you know what I mean? And I was just, like, tripping out, and I was like, damn, what if it's not like that? I ain't got people like that. And I think my biggest thing is, like, I feel like I make good music, but at the end of the day, I do get kind of shot down of, like, the people who do fuck with my music. Because I feel like a lot of times you have to, like, if they put your name on a flyer, how many people can you bring? That's what it comes down to, you know, at a lot of places. So for me, I don't have that type of fan base. I got homies and I got people in different parts.
You don't have them yet.
I don't. No, yeah, exactly. My fans are out there. If you're watching, thank you, you know, but that's exactly. So me personally, that's something for me where it's like, you know, get your head out of it. Don't worry about that. Make the music.
Let me tell you this. So I know you don't come with $1 million or millions of fans. I understand it.
Yeah.
So this is my selfish way of kind of getting in there early on. And I'm not ashamed to say that because I think it's important to point out that even with the little bit that I can help you, if I can help you, I want to help you. Because like I seen you perform and I heard you handed me your stuff and I've heard it and it didn't disappoint. I'm like, this is good. This is dope. Man. There should be more shows out there that just because you don't have the thousands of Twitters and all that stuff, but be smart and intelligent and that way you can say, hey, I broke Brother Wilson. Like, he was on Wake the Flock Up before he was on anything else. There's Afro can say that. There's people that I can say that to, like, before they made it, like they came here. Reverie was here when she was doing this because I'm like, oh, this is going to be dope. And then boom, you know, and I'm happy to be even just a little minuscule part of your success to get there. Yeah. I want to be that. If I can help you in any way, then I'm good. You know,
like I said, when you asked me, I was just like, this is just a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like this, honestly, like this is a really big moment for me.
I'm glad.
Personally, you know, just personally for me, like I've had a radio interview with DJ Monsky and Not Your Average Radio, but it was a phone interview, you know, and like this time it was like first live, you know, and that's actually just like a really big step.
And 20 years from now, this will still be your first live interview. And for me, that's going to be happy.
You know, I thank you for that.
My ultimate goal is to contribute to hip hop. Yeah. And if I can contribute to hip hop by talking with a Brother Wilson or talking with an Imagine or talking to anybody else like that, if that's going to be my contribution, then I want to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't care about your numbers and that stuff. That'll come. I mean, dude, that's what I get. That's what I get in Immortal Technique for, like for those numbers, right? And I want to get to know him, but mostly it was like, okay, Immortal Technique's willing to do the show. Let's make it happen. But
congratulations.
That's cool. I can take it or leave it. It's dope. Yeah. It's just I can contribute something new, then I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Round number three. Round number 3. If you could collaborate with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Chance the Rapper.
You're a big Chance fan.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna get you a fat head Chance.
At the time, he was just I like that. Thanks. No, at the time, just when I I've always, like I said, I've always written poetry and music, but when it really was that time to like make the decision, go back to school, write music, it was him. Because he has this whole mixtape called Acid Rap. And me
I've
personally,
heard it. It's really good.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Especially when
I like
you're on,
Chance.
especially when you're on acid. Okay, no, for real. Like,
take your word
so
on it.
it's like a whole story of an acid trip.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a whole story of like basically of how his trip went and like how he found himself. And it's like it's not just one of those get fucked up like trippy shit. It's like it has the sounds to add those trippy feelings.
Yeah.
But the knowledge in it, it's like
Crazy.
yeah. It's amazing.
Right, I'm with
Me
that.
personally, yeah.
I'm with it. You know what I'm gonna do? We have a wish list. We have an actual Wake the Flock Up wish list that we created. I'm gonna add Chance the Rapper on there, and then I'll let you know if you book him.
Oh, wow.
You'll be in the studio.
Wow, dude.
Right?
I don't even know.
Round number, and then I'm gonna put Beyonce on yours. No, who was it? I'm joking. Lupe. There you go. I'll put Lupe on the list. You know what? We've actually spoken to Lupe's people.
Really?
Oh, he was in the observatory a few years back. Yeah. He said he was willing to do it. He didn't have the time to do it. It's way before we were anything. So maybe now try it out. I'm going to add Lupe on there. Lupe and Chance. Round number 4. What are you most proud of?
That I'm actually doing it. At the time, I was like I said, my biggest problem is I don't think that things will happen for me. So like I said, at the time, I don't see it. So at the time, I never had a mic. I was not making music. I told people I wrote music, didn't have a link to send them. Now I got a fucking link. I got a fucking EP. I got a joint mixtape, you know, and it's like, and it's amazing just to actually like sit here at the time. It's like, oh, I need more. But at the same time, I could kick back and be like, here's my fucking music. I could go on set and I don't have to just have 5 songs to perform. I got a bunch of songs I could pick from.
Yep.
I got shit from 2 years ago if I want to get deep. Yep. I got shit from now. I got shit from collaborations that aren't even out yet that I could show. I got songs in the archive that I just made for myself. Mm-hmm. You know, I just got songs now where it's like, I'm an artist. I'm the artist I want to be, you know?
That's a beautiful thing.
You know,
man.
but obviously not the artist I want to be because it's every time I get to it, it's always higher. So it's just stairways.
Should always be higher.
Yeah.
It should always be.
Yeah.
I'm good, but be happy because you worked a lot to get what you're at. So be proud of that. But know that that's not where you're supposed to be and keep moving and developing.
So that I'm moving, growing, I would say is what I'm most proud of.
Round number 5, what are you least proud of?
I say it a lot that I don't care what people think, but I think a lot that does fuck with me a lot. You know, like I'll have a show and I'll go, and I normally could throw on anything. I'll have a show and I won't know what to put on because I want to look cool in front of people. You know what I mean? I'll get nervous because I'm like, oh, these cats are liking this turn up stuff. I don't know if I can get up there and get them to like it. And when I get nervous for the wrong reasons. I start thinking, oh, I hope they like my set. Damn, I don't look fresh. Oh, I don't have that gangster style. I'm not hopping around. I'm not, you know, talking about bitches. I'm not talking about money. You know, so that throws me off guard. But I've been trying to work at it. But for the most part, like, it still happens to happen. Like, people like, I'll run into somebody who writes music who are, like, on a different, like level of things. And there's, like, let's say there's 3 of them, and they're all spitting a cipher. I'll hop in, and because of their style of hip-hop, I won't spit, like, one of my hardest songs that could be really just lyrical and deep. I'll end up spitting like another song that I have just because it has more gritty and ignorant lyrics in it. You know what I mean? Just to look cool for that moment. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes I get caught off guard to just be myself. That's what I would say.
Like
it's just
that,
to always 100% be
It's good that
myself.
you realize it.
Oh, yeah.
Because some people go around life without realizing that. Yeah. And then that makes their life just horrible to live. What's going on with, well, I'm glad you realize it.
Yeah.
Something
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
So it's getting there.
Round number 5. Yes? 4? What are we proud of? Least proud of. Round number 6. What is your biggest fear?
I don't like. I hope it never comes true. But it's like being at like, okay, obviously like being an artist. I love making music, and regardless if I get paid for it one day, I'm always gonna love to do it. Okay, but being an artist who wants to make it a career and a lifestyle, and I want to be able one day to live off of it and to get, you know, what I deserve for my music. So my biggest thing is like maybe like when I'm 35 or 36 and you know, not in a bad way, but I'm still like locally known, you know, just still locally like around here, like, oh, Brother Wilson's coming to perform. Yeah, we got fucking, you know, like you're still doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like, just me personally, I just feel like if like time passes by, I don't want to look back, which I don't think it'll happen. ever. I believe in myself, but I don't want it to like look back like, oh fuck, I should have went to school. Or sometimes I even question like, damn, should I have gone to school? Because everyone I did go to school with, because I took a year off when I graduated high school, then I went to college for a year. So everyone who was in my senior class when I graduated are now getting their degrees. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, it has been 4 years since high school. And I see them, and I got cats I went to middle school with who are in the NBA draft and doing different things because I went to this is my year. Yeah. And at the time, I was captain of football all 4 years. Yeah. And I wanted to play football, and I kicked back. I'm like, damn, that shit could have been me. Yeah. Or like just crazy stuff like that. And it's crazy. That's just gonna drive
you crazy, bro.
Oh yeah,
you can't
of course,
think like that.
Yeah, dude, it's the past.
All these shouldas, dude, are
of course.
Plus, they're useless. Yeah. Because what can you do about it now? Mm-hmm. But learn from them. That's all you can really do. Always. Is like look at it and be like, okay, what did I learn? What can I take from it? How can I apply it to my future thing?
Definitely.
Take advantage of your opportunities, right? Yeah. But also realize that not everything is an opportunity, right?
Definitely.
So not every show you rock is going to be for your advancement, but it'll be for your maturity and your practice and that stuff. So you got to think about it, but don't kill yourself.
Yeah, I had the first rap contest I did, it was like I had all my people there. I lost. Second rap contest I did, she was the only one there. Empty bar, and I won. No one there to see that. But me and her, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's just, it's just a trip.
I'm with it. Round number 7. Who would you take a bullet for?
McQueen. McQueen, definitely.
Who would you let that bullet hit for round number 8?
Anybody who spreads hate, violence, negativity.
Yeah.
That's just.
I'm with that.
I don't want them to die, though. I don't wish.
Oh, you don't want to?
I don't want them to die.
Limp?
Yeah, probably like a kneecap.
like
a kneecap. That's painful.
Shoot him in
kneecap.
the dick. Dick shot.
Well, if there's women too.
Oh, boob shot.
Nah, kneecap. That's a good one.
Kneecap, yeah. There you go. Plus, if he has a kneecap, bro, like that'll go with you for life. You can't do shit anymore. You got a kneecap. Round number 9. Who would you never work with for round number 9? Like ever work with?
Wow. Never work with. Like anybody?
Anybody. Who would you never work with?
I would probably say like people back in the day when I would write music and like spit my stuff to them and they would clown or they wouldn't be down with it. And like I would say them.
So you got somebody in mind?
I got a lot of people in mind.
Okay.
I got a lot of people who didn't fuck. Oh, back then they didn't want me. You know, Mike Jones.
Okay.
Like, for real, like I got people back in the day who like dissed me.
Yeah.
And like wouldn't fuck with me.
What if one of them came up to you and said, "I got Chance the Rapper on the second verse, and we want you on the third"?
Well, it's all about chess.
So you
chess. I'm gonna play the game. You gonna fool?
So then you would work with them.
I wouldn't work with it if they got Chance the Rapper on it.
Yeah.
I would just probably use them for Chance.
So you would work with them?
I wouldn't work. I could be in the studio session and not work.
Still the email off their phone or something.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
Well,
Chestnut checkers.
Walk in there, spit my verse. You work with me instead of them 10 times out of 10.
Okay. I'm with it. No, I like that. Round number 10.
Okay.
Do you believe in God?
I do. I do believe in a higher power. I believe we're all one. I believe we have God inside of us. I believe just a higher power. Just, I believe in...
Yeah. You do.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
I do.
Like that. Yeah. Round number 11.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Last 2. You ready?
Yeah.
Round 11. Thank you for coming through. I really appreciate you, Brother Wilson. I hope and wish you the best because I know you're going to have a lot of success. So before we finish these 2 rounds, you guys tune in. What are we on? Tuesdays? Every Tuesday you can see us live. Yeah. And then your interview, for example, your episode will come out on our podcast next Wednesday.
Okay.
So we're a week behind, right? So it works.
Okay.
They can see you live on Tuesdays, hear you live on Wednesday.
Okay.
So round 11, what is your biggest insecurity? What are you most insecure about?
I think sometimes just me as a person. I don't know how people will view me. A lot of times, whether my lyrics, whether I drop knowledge, whether I'm, whatever I may be, I don't know. I guess I just always think of things that people could find wrong in me.
Right.
I don't know. And not too serious, and sometimes they are, but, it's mostly just, that's probably the main thing.
I like that. All right, round 12, last and final round. Round 12, Brother Wilson. Why?
Because hip hop now is lacking in knowledge, and the youth are listening to this because art is powerful. And, you know, we need more shows like this, and we need more artists like, you know, Imagine and myself. You know, we need more people who think on this mindset level to actually have a future for all of us, because the way we're looking, we're going the wrong way, and people aren't aware of it. And there's a lot of problems that are going on that people are ignoring, or they don't understand because they are in the matrix, you know, whatever you want to call it, you know, they're stuck. But why? Because I love it, and I want people to be happy, and I want people to live their life to the fullest, be their self, follow their dreams, never let anything get them down, to always live the life that you want to live, because at the end of the day, when you go, it's your life. You're leaving it behind. Would you be? Don't think about disappointing anybody else. Don't disappoint yourself. Do what the fuck makes you happy, regardless if that's sleeping on the street. You know, I'd rather be poor and happy than rich and upset. You know, and that's the realest thing I'll ever say, because a lot of people are like, what, you'll be poor? I'm like, yeah, I'd rather have a smile on my face than being upset, you know, and I guess, yeah, follow your passion.
I'm with that.
That's why.
Yeah, you're the champion. Come back whenever you like.
Definitely. Thank you, brother.
So for the B-Side Show, for Imagine, for Brother Wilson, for Young Baka Productions, for Real Hip Hop Everywhere, this is Concept 714 asking you, demanding that you help us with Flokup.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Much love and peace. Live and wave.
$6